No joke. I'm absolutely almost ashamed to put this video up, but you gotta show the good with the bad. Anyway, it's the regular crew. It's Mike, DRZ, and me out for a little run. Friday afternoon. It's a great day. Notice the yellow film? I guess I put it on daylight, the camera, and or night light or something. I don't know. Anyway, it's yellow instead of the color it should be, but it's watchable, so I figured I'd post it. We're heading out to the trails, and right off the bat, we're going to come up to the first little rocky section. And you would think I have never been on a dirt bike in my life as we approach it, and I stumble and bumble my way through. Now, usually this is really filled with water, which makes it hard. At least you have an excuse. Now it's just exposed rock, and I can't get through it. That's why I've titled this, I Stink at Dirt Bike Riding, because as you can see, DRZ went through it like there was nothing to it, which apparently if you can ride a dirt bike, there is nothing to it. That's him up there waiting for me going, what in the world is this knucklehead doing? Because that's what I'd be saying. I wish I could give some great excuse like my bike isn't running right, or my chain is loose, or my clutch is slipping. But oh no, no excuses other than, I'm not any good. Well, I made it through it, yippee. But it only goes downhill from here, to be honest with you. So we come out of the first little section. We're going to cross the road onto the power lines here. And since they've been working on the power lines, they've actually smoothed it out to almost, it's just a dirt road now until we get to the trails. It used to be much harder, it was rocky and gravel, but look at this now. It's like, man, you could take your car down here. Makes me think of Frankie with his BMW, his GS. He would love this. It's like a fire road. We don't have much of that around here. Even though I've seen him ride his big GS, it's a 1200, I think, in the woods. I mean, on the trails, and do better than I can do on a WR250F. So there you go. Skills versus no skills. I'm trying to keep DRZ in the shot just because it makes it interesting, but I'm not even able to hardly keep up with him. So luckily he starts doing some goofy things, going off side trails and doing a little jump here and there. That's Mike way out in front. I don't know if you can see him. He usually starts that craziness and DRZ jumps right in. Me, I'm just trying to get down the road. Man, look at the sky. I apparently have a lot in the shot, so you might as well look at it. Now the cloud in the sky today, about 73, 4 degrees in October. Oh yeah. There he goes, off to the side. It's a big dip. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, down it he goes. There's Mike right out in front, finally. Oh, that's right. Mike stops. I couldn't figure it out because I'm too far back. And if you're going to look up on the left, I believe is like a cherry picker or something. See it? Guys picking up giant logs. They've been working on this for a while. I think they're just upgrading the supports for these big power lines. These aren't your little bitty ones. These are from the power plant out. I talked to the guy, my FedEx guy today, who came by and dropped off a package, and he was telling me that back in here, when we started, he saw a bobcat run back in here. He said it was about 2 to 3 feet tall. That's a big cat. But I guess he says he sees he's seen a fair amount of them out here. He's got it on a camera. He didn't bring the camera in to show me, but he said he's going to. He said it's real light colored. I don't know if that's typical or not. I know there's a lot of wildlife back in here. It's a big chunk of woods, so I've seen lots of deer. This is the trail. This is the last video where we both saw a fox. Of course, I didn't know what it was, but you don't know what you're going to find back here. The one thing I haven't seen back here that I bet is in here, I haven't seen any bears. But I bet you dollars to donuts there's some bears back in here, because it's a giant piece of land. I don't know how many acres, but more than your typical, piece of woods. Here we go, going up a hill climb. Everybody else flies up it. I'm grinding it out, because I am special. There's DRZ having to wait for me to make sure I can make it up it, because he's seen me ride before. You need to go to his channel. It's Dennis, or DRZ Dennis. This is a spot we're kind of close to where he and Mike, maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe a little more, I don't know, have a video of them riding in these same woods, but they go through this giant pond. And it's not the most graceful thing I've ever seen, but it sure is funny. And they made it, so guess what? Good on them, because it looked like drown your bike day out there to me. There was actually a couple of big 4x4s or Jeeps going through the same section, and there's so much water. I mean, it literally had waves coming off of their vehicles. It's not a puddle. This is like a giant pond. And I think what happened was Mike challenged DRZ to go through it. That's all you need to do with him, is just say, let me see you do it. Game on. And he made it. Not smooth. Got stuck. Had to drag the bike around a little bit. And then had to ride on the Beavers Dam. There was a Beavers Dam. He had to pull his bike up on the Beavers Dam to get it across the pond. So that's pretty funny. That's pretty interesting. They are definitely adventurous for sure. And Mike went on behind him after Dennis did it, so good on him too. They both came through it. We're on the other side of it. We're not going to go through it because there's no way. I would need a boat to go through it. We don't have one, so we're going around it. And this is not rough terrain to speak of. And I crash here in a little bit. It's just amazing. Boom. I know it doesn't look like much on the camera, but man, I smacked my head. I got up. I'm like, what the heck? Camera's all twisted up. I'm like, oh boy. So that's all I'm going to give you this video today. There was a bunch more, but it wasn't that big a deal. DRZ's 450F is still having problems with the overheating, so we really didn't ride super hard. I think he's going to get that fixed. But here he comes up now. He fixes my camera. Thank you. And enjoy the rest of the day. I'll get something else up soon enough.
Thank you, sir. I don't even know what happened, Mike. Boom. Hard. Hard hit.